Right, Formula One. It's not just cars going round in circles, is it? Oh no, it's a symphony of screaming engines. These aren't your Nan's shopping trolleys. These are rockets on wheels, driven by blokes with nerves of steel. But that's what makes it brilliant, the speed, the noise, the sheer audacity of it all. It gets the heart pounding, doesn't it? You can almost smell the burning rubber and hot oil from your sofa. Now you might have noticed something. These magnificent machines, these carbon fiber beasts, they don't stay the same. Not for long anyway. Every single year, sometimes even mid-season, they change. They morph. They evolve. One minute they look like a sleek shark. The next, they've sprouted all sorts of weird wings and fins. It's like watching evolution on fast forward. And that, my friends, is what we're going to delve into. The main reason these F1 cars change, one word, speed. Everyone in Formula One is obsessed with it. Utterly, completely barking mad obsessed. They want more of it. All the time. They dream about it. They probably have posters of aerodynamic equations on their bedroom walls. This relentless pursuit of speed means technology is always on the move, always pushing forward. They find new materials, lighter materials, stronger materials. They spend fortunes, absolute fortunes on wind tunnels, which are basically giant fans to see how slippery their car is. The less wind it bothers, the faster it goes. Simple, really. But making it happen, that's where the genius comes in. Or the madness. Think about the engines. They used to be huge, screaming V12S, then V10S, then V8S. Now they're these incredibly complicated V6 hybrid things, packed with electric motors and batteries. Now if it were just up to the engineers, F1 cars would probably have jet engines and 20 wheels, and maybe even wings big enough to take off, because as we've established, they're all gloriously nuts, and entirely focused on speed, which is great. But sometimes speed can be a bit dangerous, especially when you've got 20-odd cars trying to occupy the same bit of tarmac. At over 200 miles per hour, things can get a bit messy and expensive, and rather painful for the drivers. This is where the men in suits come in. The FIA, the governing body, they're the grown-ups in the room, sort of. Their job is to try and keep everyone safe, or at least safer. So, they write rules, lots of rules, thick books full of them. These rules dictate all sorts of things. How big the car can be, how much it can weigh, what bits are allowed. Section 4. Elbows out, chaps. The thrill of beating everyone else. Right, so we've got the boffins wanting more speed, and the suits trying to keep things from exploding too often. But there's another massive reason these F1 cars are never the same for long. Competition. Pure, unadulterated, I want to crush you into the dust competition. This isn't a friendly Sunday drive, is it? This is war on wheels. Every team, every driver, every mechanic, they all want one thing to win. And to do that, they need the fastest car, or at the very least a car faster than the bloke in the garage next door. This burning desire to be top dog fuels incredible innovation. If one team finds a clever new way to make their car stick to the road better, or go through the air cleaner, you can bet your bottom dollar that every other team is already trying to copy it, or even better, come up with something even more cunning. It's a constant game of cat and mouse, or perhaps shark and slightly smaller shark. They have spies. They take thousands of photos of each other's cars. They probably go through each other's bins, metaphorically speaking, or maybe literally, who knows. Imagine you're a team principal, you've spent millions. Section 5. Remember that year? When everything went sideways, literally. Let's talk about some real-world examples, shall we? Because this isn't just theory, this happens, all the time. Take 2009 for instance, Braun GP, a team that rose from the ashes of Honda. Nobody expected much. Then they turned up with this thing called a double diffuser. Sounds a bit rude, doesn't it? But basically, it was a very clever way of sucking the car to the track, making it go around corners like it was on rails. They absolutely trounced everyone at the start of the season. Other teams were furious, and scrambled to copy it. Classic F1. Then there was the introduction of the hybrid engines in 2014, a massive change. Suddenly it wasn't just about raw grunt, it was about clever energy recovery systems. Mercedes, they got it spectacularly right, absolutely nailed it, and they dominated for years. Other engine manufacturers like Ferrari and Renault were left scratching their heads and playing catch-up. It showed how a big regulation change can completely shake up the order, and force every team to redesign their cars from the ground up, a huge undertaking. Section 6, more than just tinkering, why these changes keep us glued. So these cars are always changing, because of tech, because of safety, because everyone wants to win. But what does that actually mean for us, the viewers, the people munching crisps on the sofa? Why should we care if they've shaved 3 grams off a wing mirror, or found a new way to make the air go whoosh? Well, it's simple really. It makes the sport unpredictable. And unpredictability is the lifeblood of any great sporting spectacle. If you knew who was going to win every race, what would be the point? The constant evolution means the pecking order can change. A team that was struggling last year might suddenly find a magic bullet over the winter and come out fighting at the front. Conversely, a dominant team can get complacent, or get a new regulation wrong, and suddenly find themselves midfield, or worse. This ebb and flow, this rise and fall of fortunes, it keeps things interesting, it gives hope to the underdogs, and it keeps the big boys on their toes. Nobody can afford to rest on their laurels, not for a second. These changes also showcase incredible human ingenuity. It's fascinating to see how clever these engineers are. Section 7. So why all the fuss? The brilliant spectacle of constant evolution. So, there you have it. Formula One cars are not static museum pieces. Far from it. They are living, breathing, constantly evolving creatures, forged in the heat of competition, shaped by the relentless march of technology, and occasionally bashed into a new form by the heavy hammer of the rulebook. It's a never-ending cycle, a beautiful, expensive, and utterly captivating dance of design and engineering. And it's all for one ultimate goal, to cross that finish line first. Or, at least before your teammate. This constant change is precisely what makes Formula One so utterly brilliant. It's not just about the drivers, heroic though they may be, it's about the minds behind the machines, the strategists, the engineers, the mechanics, all working tirelessly to find that tiny advantage, that elusive 100th of a second. That can make all the difference. It's a human drama played out with incredibly advanced technology, and a very large budget most of the time.